At 45, Arionne Curry finally broke her silence and made a shocking admission that no one expected. In a candid moment that shook the internet, she publicly forgave Martell Holt and revealed the emotional turmoil she had been carrying. For years, Arionne had stayed out of the spotlight, letting the rumors and speculations swirl around her relationship with Martell. But when a sudden event forced her to confront everything, she did what many thought was impossible: she shared her truth with the world. The truth about their complicated relationship, her deep fears, and why, despite everything, she still felt a connection to Martell. It all started with whispers. For weeks, the internet had been buzzing with rumors about Martell's involvement in a serious car accident. The details were unclear, but fans were eager to piece together the puzzle. Martell had always been in the public eye, known for his appearances on Love and Marriage, Huntsville, where his life played out on camera. But behind the scenes, his personal life had been anything but smooth. His marriage to Melody Holt had crumbled under the weight of infidelity allegations, with Arionne Curry often being mentioned as the other woman in the affair. Their relationship, though largely kept out of the limelight, became one of the most talked about aspects of the show. As Martell's personal and professional life began to spiral, the whispers about his involvement in a car crash only added fuel to the fire. At first, the details about the accident were murky. Anonymous posts on social media claimed Martell had been involved in a serious crash, some even suggesting that he had been driving under the influence. However, there were no official statements or police reports confirming anything. The rumors were wild, and with Martell's public silence, the speculation continued to grow. But then, Arionne, who had rarely spoken out in public about her relationship with Martell, decided to address the growing rumors. In an unexpected move, Arionne went live on Instagram. The normally defensive and private woman appeared visibly shaken. She didn't jump right into the details, but instead, she talked about the fragility of life, how everything can change in an instant, and how people should cherish the ones they love. It was clear she was talking about Martell, but she didn't say much more. Then, the words that left everyone stunned came next: "I don't care what y'all say about him, I was scared. I thought I was going to lose him." Just 17 words, but they spoke volumes. In that moment, Arionne admitted something that no one expected: she was terrified for Martell's life, and despite everything that had happened between them, she still cared deeply for him. The live stream sent shockwaves through social media. People immediately started analyzing her every word, her body language, even the tone in her voice. Was she genuinely scared for Martell, or was there more going on behind the scenes? Hours later, she posted another cryptic message, a photo of what looked like a hospital hallway, with the caption, "God is still in control." It wasn't much, but it was enough to confirm to fans that something serious had happened, and Arionne was trying to navigate through it, just like everyone else. But why now? Why speak out about Martell, the man who had caused her so much pain in the past? Some fans thought that perhaps Arionne was still emotionally tied to him, while others believed that she was just trying to address the rumors without giving away too much. After all, Arionne had always been private, and this was the first time she truly opened up. Her post left fans with more questions than answers, but it also sparked a new wave of curiosity about the details of Martell's accident and what Arionne knew about it. As the rumors about the crash continued to swirl, more details started to emerge. An anonymous source close to Martell claimed that he had been involved in a violent car crash late one evening in Huntsville, Alabama. The crash allegedly took place on a rural road known for its sharp turns and dangerous conditions. Witnesses reported seeing a black luxury car speeding before it swerved off the road and crashed into a guardrail. Emergency responders arrived at the scene around 2:30 a.m., and Martell was rushed to the hospital. But strangely, there were no official reports, no press statements, and no confirmation from Martell or his camp. The lack of information only fueled more speculation. Some fans wondered why Martell had been so quiet. It was unlike him to remain out of the public eye, especially after such a dramatic event. His usual social media activity stopped, and his scheduled appearances were mysteriously cancelled. The silence was deafening, and people began asking, "Where is Martell? But it wasn't just his absence that was strange. It was the way people around him were behaving. According to sources close to Martell's circle, he had been in a state of shock after the accident, and he insisted that the details be kept quiet. Was there something more to the story than just a car accident? That's when the first cracks started to appear. Melody Holt, Martell's ex-wife, made a public post on Instagram. She didn't mention Martell by name, but the context was clear. Her message, which read, "Sometimes life gives us reminders of how fragile everything is, we can't take anything for granted, especially our lives and the people we love," was widely interpreted as a comment on Martell's crash. Many fans thought it was a subtle jab at Martell's reckless behavior, while others believed she was simply reflecting on the fragility of life. Whatever the case, Melody's post went viral and added to the growing tension surrounding Martell. Then, a former business partner of Martell's made a shocking revelation. According to the whistleblower, Martell had been living a double life, one full of lies, manipulation, and betrayal. The business partner alleged that Martell had been involved in shady dealings in the music industry, and his apparent success was built on questionable practices. The timing of this revelation was suspicious, coming just days after the car accident, and it only deepened the mystery surrounding Martell's actions. Was the crash just a random accident, or was it part of a pattern of reckless behavior? Amid all the rumors, Arionne posted something that caught everyone's attention. In a cryptic message, she wrote, "Sometimes the truth comes when you least expect it, and it's not always what you want to hear. I've seen enough to know what's real." Was she hinting at the darker side of Martell's personality? Was she preparing to expose him, or was she simply reflecting on everything she had been through with him? Fans and media outlets alike were left wondering what Arionne knew, and if she was finally ready to reveal it. Things took a dramatic turn when a video surfaced online. It was allegedly filmed by a bystander at the scene of the car crash. The footage was grainy, and the figures in the video were hard to make out, but one thing was clear. Martell was in the car, and someone else was with him. The video raised more questions than answers. Who was the other person in the car? Why did Martell appear to be fleeing the scene? Was there something more sinister at play? As the mystery deepened, Martell finally broke his silence. In an unfiltered social media post, he admitted that the rumors were true, he had been involved in the car accident. But that wasn't all. He confessed that he had been struggling with personal demons for months, and the pressure of trying to maintain a perfect image had been weighing heavily on him. Martell went on to explain that the accident wasn't just a crash, there was more to the story, something that even Arionne didn't know. He admitted that there were things he had been hiding, things that went deeper than anyone could imagine. Martell's post sent shockwaves through his followers. For the first time, he was acknowledging the truth behind his actions, but his admission left more questions than answers. What had he been hiding from Arionne, the woman who had stood by him through everything? What was the truth that he was still keeping secret? In response, Arionne posted her own message. It wasn't angry or defensive, instead, it was somber and resigned. She wrote, "There's a lot more going on than any of us realize. Martell is a complicated person, and yes, I've stood by him. But some things are too heavy to carry alone. It's not just about the accident anymore." Her words hinted that she knew more than she had ever let on, but she wasn't ready to reveal it just yet. What did Arionne know? Was she about to expose Martell's darkest secrets, or was she simply coming to terms with the complicated relationship they had? Fans were left to wonder if there was more to the story than anyone had imagined. As Martell and Arionne continue to navigate their troubled relationship, one thing is clear, their story is far from over.